We're here for the dedication and ribbon cutting for the Lesner Bridge. The old bridge was just in tremendous disrepair. It was dangerous.
In August of 2007, there was that horrible bridge collapse in Minnesota. About 13 people were killed during that. And when that happened, the council, went to the manager, Mr. Spohr, and said, hey, what's the status of this? And of course, his staff was already working on it. They already knew that the rating on this bridge was pretty low.
They had degraded to a point where they were going to have to be weight restricted. And it's also part of strategic highway network. We cannot have a weight restricted bridge on a strategic highway network.
This is a major artery, very important to the city.
Councilman Jones represents Bayside, which is the west end of the bridge. Vice Mayor Jim Wood represents Lynn Haven, and that is the eastern end of the bridge.
Will Sessoms called me up one day and said, Lewis, guess what? The governor's got $200 million for roadway projects. And he said, and I'm going to try to get some of that money for the bridge.
The actual construction cost for the bridge, just the pure construction cost, was about $80 million. It's a segmental box girder bridge. So this bridge is assembled using segments, bridge segments. Typical span is 150 feet between pier columns. The main span is 225 feet. The new bridge has a 12-foot wide lane, a 14-foot wide outside lane to accommodate on-road cyclists. It also has a 6-foot shoulder and an 8-foot shoulder.
We put some money into it, we put some effort into it, and made it aesthetic, and we made it so people can get across with a bike or walker. This is the people's bridge. It's something that all the residents that live in Virginia Beach can take a point and pride in.
On three, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Hey Spike, let's see what's in the mail. Yes, they do love me. Oh no. Alexa, open VB Connect.
Welcome to VB Connect.
What are some jobs in information technology?
Job listing 1, systems analyst 2, job listing 2.
If I land one of these jobs,
Job
steak dinner
listing
for both
3,
of us.
Systems engineer 2, job listing 4, systems analyst 2.
Hello and welcome to VB 411. I'm your host, Ms. Information, the know-it-all in City Hall, here to bring truth and clarity to misconception and rumors. Today, we're welcoming a guest to the studio to talk about what exactly the city does to assist the homeless population in the winter months. But up first, let's take a look at a message in our beach bucket. Now, Cindy wrote to us on Facebook and asked, are the trash teams allowed to accept tips or gifts? Well, thank you for the question, Cindy. The short answer, no. State law and the city's code of ethics prohibit employees from accepting gifts from individuals who may benefit from the performance of their duties. Instead of offering a cash tip or a gift card, which the employee would likely be compelled to return, a simple thank you note to the employee's supervisor is a great gift. If you're not sure where to send it, give one of our Citizen Services representatives a call at 311 and they can point you in the right direction. Now, moving on to our main story, a question we often hear from residents is, what are you doing for the homeless population in the winter? Well, here to talk about our winter shelter program is Pam Shine, the Homeless Service Systems Manager with the Department of Housing and Neighborhood Preservation. Pam, thanks so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.
So right off the bat, what exactly is the winter shelter program and how does it work?
The Winter Shelter Program provides a safe and warm place to stay overnight for those individuals who are unsheltered in our community during the cold weather months, which starts in November and it goes all the way through to March. The program is funded by the City of Virginia Beach through the Department of Housing and Neighborhood Preservation, and it is operated by Judeo-Christian Outreach Center, better known as JCOC, in collaboration and partnership with the faith-based organizations.
And how long has this partnership been in place and exactly how many organizations actually participate?
We have been providing winter shelter for 20 years. We have approximately 25 faith-based organizations currently participating in the winter shelter program. They provide their church as a site for the emergency shelter program, or they provide volunteers to cook and prepare meals to serve to the participants. And they also provide positive engagement opportunities as well.
And are there any opportunities for shelter participants to get additional help or resources to improve their circumstance while they're at the shelter?
Absolutely. So the overall goal of the winter shelter program is to connect individuals to permanent housing solutions. So during their time in the winter shelter program, they connect to housing support specialists, and they are able to get with the participants to establish a housing plan. This housing plan identifies housing goals and address housing barriers. They also connect those individuals to community resources that will better able to help them to sustain housing once housing is achieved.
Okay, and if people want to get involved, are there volunteer opportunities or other ways to get involved?
Yes, so those individuals that are specifically interested in volunteering with the Winter Shelter Program, they should contact JCOC directly. The City of Virginia Beach has an upcoming volunteer opportunity through our annual point in time count, which is basically a census count of all of those who are literally homeless on the streets or who are staying in emergency shelters. The count is a federally mandated count because we are receiving federal and state funds to provide funding for homeless programs. Volunteers will be needed to canvass identified areas throughout the entire geography of Virginia Beach, and also to conduct surveys to those that are living unsheltered in our community.
Okay, and if they wanted to volunteer for that, where would they go?
More information can be found on our website, which is www.vbgov.com/VBPIT count.
And finally, where can people go to find more information about programs and services for homeless or at-risk individuals and families?
So anyone that's experiencing a housing crisis should call our regional housing crisis hotline at 757-227-5932. And anyone that is interested in knowing about what the city is doing to combat the issue of homelessness can contact me directly. My number is 757-385-5761, or they can go onto our website, which is www.vbgov.com/housing.
Great. Pam, thanks again for being here and giving us all that great information.
Thank you.
And now you're in the know. Thanks for joining me. Do you have a burning question you'd like to have answered? Send your ideas to misinfo@vbgov.com. See you next time.
Now today is really kind of a celebration of the tourism industry here in Virginia Beach. Gives us an opportunity to kind of come together as an industry, to kind of network, meet each other, but also an opportunity for us to update the industry on how our tourism industry is going, some of the things we're looking at, how our year has been, some projects that we're looking at doing to really help us continue to drive our tourism industry forward. Tourism brings new money into the Virginia Beach economy. Last year, visitor spending was $2.45 billion. That spending really helps create jobs and supports local businesses. A lot of them are small family-owned businesses, and it also enhances the quality of life for residents that are here in the city as well.
Market research is critically important to destination marketing because you have to know where you've come from and where you're headed. You've got to know what your message should be, and is your message getting through to your target audience.
Happiness is something that a lot of people strive to find, so I think more of advertising is going to be focused toward finding yourself and finding your happy place in somewhere like Virginia Beach.